whether you can have a cell phone, whether your cell phone can be on, whether it can be in your possession. So is that an issue among you and your peers, you and your cell phone? How do you feel about being parted from your cell phone? I'm a 15-year-old who doesn't want to be more than 1 foot away from your cell phone. Cell phone, is that an issue?
I love my cell phone. But I feel like it is a need of cell phones for school, because sometimes I like to text my mom, tell her I love her. Sometimes I like to text my friends. But I feel like we do need them because you never know what happened. And cell phones, like my dad always says, cell phone is for me to get in contact with you. So I feel like you never know what happened, so you might have to get in contact with me at school. So I feel like we do need cell phones at school. But I feel like it should be a limit there, like maybe like seniors or juniors being able to bring their cell phones to school because they're more responsible, I feel like.
And cell phones aren't necessarily a big problem, but if people abuse the privilege that we have to be able to bring our cell phones to school, then it becomes a big problem because I think it's very tacky to just sit in class and have your cell phone go off when somebody's next to you trying to get notes or trying to read. And I think that people just don't understand how serious it is. I mean, when you have a problem, like she said, you never know what happens. You know, your parents could do something, a big emergency can come up, and they might not be able to contact you right away at the office at school. But, you know, when people take the thing for granted, it becomes a big problem.
And I do have a chronic illness where if I have an asthma attack, then I do need my cell phone to contact somebody that can give me help. And if I do not have immediate help, then that could be very bad. And so if we do have cell phones, it could help in any situation, but we need to get the word out that if we abuse a privilege, then we'll lose a privilege.
I don't think that at my school that they're overly strict about cell phones. You're not supposed to have them in class or turn on, and if they do go off in class, then they are taken up. But I think that's completely understandable because, like Jillian said, people do abuse the privilege of having a cell phone, and it is very distracting when you're trying to learn to have a cell phone go off. But I also think that that you just can't tell somebody that they can't have a cell phone at school, because after school, if they don't have a ride, how are they going to contact someone to pick them up? It's just if an emergency occurs, yes, you could go to the office and call your parents, but if something like a school shooting happened, then having a cell phone would be very important to be able to call the police or something.
Does rap music influence the way that teens think or act? Does it make you commit a crime? Does it make you mistreat women? Does it give you the wrong idea about life? Does it make you aspire to the wrong things?
Well, me personally, music doesn't affect the way I think or the way I dress or the way I act. I love music. I love to sing. Hip hop is the world to me. I love it. But people think differently. I mean, they might, seeing the hip hop stars and how much money they make does affect how young men and young women dress today, or how young men and young women act in society. I mean, it's just about who you are as a person.
Hip hop is something that affects a lot of people, the music videos and all that. But I feel like that starts at home also, because like we can sit up and watch a rap video at my house and we can sing it all together, but at the end, my dad's gonna explain to me, now you know this isn't real, this is entertainment. And as a young adult, I know the difference between what's wrong and what's right. And if you feel like just because Lil Wayne say he a duffel bag boy that you can be it too, but you don't know what Lil Wayne is doing, you don't know how, you know what I'm saying? So you're not living Lil Wayne's life. So I feel like it is an issue, but I feel like it should start at home.
I think that rap music, it's good. I love music. I'm very passionate about music. I love music. But some of the stuff that you listen to is just like, come on. It's like you have to understand it's not real. Some of these rappers, they say they do this, they do that. I have money, I have cars, I have girls, da da da. But they just say that to sell albums and live in big lavish houses with big, nice, lavish cars. upsetting to me when I hear rappers say she's this and she's that. You know, I don't want to, as an African American female, you know, they say, you know, we're the B's, we're the H's, you know, it's very degrading. And the men, the rappers, they say that we're this and we're that and we do this, and it's just not a good feeling, because they say that since, she said that she wants to do this with me, you know, she's this, and, you know, they portray us to be those things, and I don't think that's something we should be portrayed as. We should be portrayed as strong, intelligent black women.
I believe that if you as a parent have taught your child the difference between what is right and what is wrong, then rap, rock and roll, any type of music that glorifies derogatory language will not have any effect on them. So because at some point in the child's life, they become responsible for their choices and what they perceive as being right and what is wrong. So if you are a very influential person, but your parents have taught you right, then rap music should have no effect on what you do in your life and the choices that you make.
I think hip hop has an effect on most teens, and some it's on adults. And personally, I listen to hip hop, but when you're just sitting in the room or in the car, or you know, you're just around and you're listening to music, if sometimes you can hear a song come on the radio or broadcast that, you know, you can just sit there and listen to it, and you listen to the words, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. It's just not, you know, clicking. And when you hear other songs that, you know, it might have a nice beat to it, but the words are so mean and hateful, and from parents who don't give their children much support at home, that those mean and hateful words that come out of a song, that can get into children's mind, and that's what has crime going around